Gaming reviews done quick. Praise the sun. It's the 1 Minute Rundown. I'm Octrinity, your host, and let strength be granted so the world may be mended. This time we're running down Dark Souls. It's an Eastern-made, Western-style action RPG where you explore a world that's become dead or perhaps undead due to some kind of curse or misfortune. They're mostly known for an unforgiving difficulty level, thanks in part to retro-style design philosophy that encourages exploration and experimentation, but leaves little room for mistakes, along with high stakes for dying since you lose your souls on hand, which are used for both stat upgrades and money. Beyond the tough combat, there's also a lot of options for character growth and a huge open world that has lots to explore. Despite it being a single-player game, there's a multiplayer aspect by allowing players to leave messages for each other or directly access someone else's game, as friend or foe. So, chosen undead, prepare yourself. Chances are all you know about these is that they're very, very hard. And what makes these the best kind of hard is that when you die, it's usually pretty obvious what you messed up. Just about any challenge that can't be fixed by playing better can be helped with a little creativity or changing your character setup, and the fact that you can recover some of your lost progress gives you a goal to shoot for. In short, you will learn from your mistakes. This game uses a level-based structure. There are 5 distinct locations, each of which are broken into 3 sections with a boss at the end, and whose design feels a little like a Legend of Zelda temple without the puzzle elements. And all of them are different enough that it's worth reconsidering your equipment and specialties for each. And all of them have enough secrets that there's a point to replaying sections beyond just grinding. Combat goes for the slow but methodical approach and lands that perfect rating on the scale of dread versus adrenaline, in which you really have to think quickly about what you want to do, but get a natural high on calling it right. I played this game for the first time not too long after starting to write 1 Minute Rundown, and once I finished it, I thought it was worthy of a perfect score. And then I played Dark Souls, which took the previous game, refined it, and improved on concepts I didn't know needed improvement. Among the biggest and most welcome changes are that it's ditching the level-based structure and going for an open world with shortcuts between sections, multiple concurrent objectives that can sometimes be completed out of sequence, and enough hidden stuff to warrant multiple passes through areas. Also, magic moves from one collective MP meter to allowing each spell to be cast a specific amount of times. Some smaller changes include more types of weapons, powerful jumping attack, fire magic split into its own class whose strength scales independently of your stats, covenants that affect how multiplayer works, a revised smithing system that simplifies things yet allows more, and if all of this sounds like subtle changes, it only goes to show how well the formula worked the first time around. In between the amount of content and options for your starting character class, there's a huge amount of replayability. I'm well aware this isn't a game for everyone, as I know several will put it down just from being unable to finish it, but if you like being challenged, look no further. This is the game you're looking for. This game is very similar to the first, complete with the high difficulty that will tempt you to throw your controller out of frustration, so I'm gonna skip right to my final verdict. Yes, you should play this game. But no, I don't think it's quite as good as Dark Souls 1. Enemies stop respawning if they've been defeated enough times, and while this is good if you've got one section you're trying to get through, it's a real problem if you're trying to grind. Repeated death can result in your max HP dropping, and while there's an item that reverses the effect, considering what I just mentioned, you run the risk of being literally unable to fix this. Also, while the last few games had plenty of incentive to try new skills and equipment, here you can mostly get away with using the same ones over and over again. But I'm making this sound way too negative for what's one of the best games I've played recently, so here are some things it does better than the first game. The way stats are distributed makes more sense, and multiple paths open up faster. Dual wielding weapons is now viable, and we have dark magic, some of which is cast from HP or souls. And there's still so many fun bosses to fight against. And we made it through here. Both Dark Souls games have been re-released to Steam with some downloadable content built in, though the originals are also downloadable on their original consoles as well, so these are very available. Seeing as Dark Souls 2 released less than a year ago and still has more DLC on the way, we haven't heard anything about a sequel, but we do know that From Software is working on a game probably inspired by this called Bloodborne. For that matter, they also claim Dark Souls itself is a spiritual successor to a PS1 series of theirs called King's Field. Wait a sec. That warning, that wasn't the game! Someone's invading the show! Drop the game footage, I'm taking care of this myself.
Check back soon for the next 1 minute rundown. I'm tired of producing this show. so I'm going to sabotage it with a show no one wants to hear a review of. I'll claim my token of spite now and return to my world.
Hey, the guy's outside of a bonfire going. Nice. Wait, the show's finished? I didn't get to pick another... Wait, did he pick for me? Oh, crap. I'm gonna have some anger management issues on this one.